Welcome back to the overview of my financial literacy series titled What You Don't Know Will Hurt You, which identifies extremely important financial issues that most people aren't aware of. My name is Brent Kempton, and the next installment in this series is debt, which is one of the three big pipes draining your dream tank. The average American household spends 1/3 of its monthly income on servicing debt. Debt is dead weight in your boat that was given to you by the lender and that you're trying to paddle upstream with. 1/3 of the energy that you're putting into paddling your boat is wasted on that extra cargo. If for any reason you can't paddle hard enough, you'll find yourself slipping towards the falls. Plus, because it's so hard to move upriver with the extra cargo, you'll find that the more debt you have, the closer you will remain to the falls of financial disasters, despite all the efforts to the contrary. This is why so many people live hand to mouth, one paycheck away from disaster. At the time of this recording, many people around the world weren't being allowed to work because of COVID-19. How have or did you fare during these uncertain economic times? Do you know anyone who was dangerously close to those falls because of the debt they were carrying when the pandemic hit? Many were so close that they began defaulting on loans, rent, and mortgages within the first month. Many people don't have the discipline to delay self-gratification, as seen by the fact that credit card debt in the US now exceeds $1 trillion. Do you have any idea of how massively big $1 trillion is? You probably understand how much $1,000 is. If you had enough money to pay back $1,000 every day, it would take you about 3 years to pay off $1 million debt. If your descendants could keep this up for nearly 3,000 years, then you would have finally paid off $1 billion debt. It would take nearly 3 million years of continuously paying off $1,000 a day to pay off $1 trillion debt. According to Fortune magazine, the total debt held in all of the households in the US was $13 trillion. That's 39 years to pay off at $1,000 a day. Our total government debt was $20.2 trillion. That's over 60 million years to pay off. And businesses owed $6.1 trillion. That's 18.3 million years. Just to let you know that if you're tired of being in debt, I can hook you up with a proven and very affordable debt elimination program that I can guarantee will get you out of debt if you work it as designed. The program works because it is so fundamentally correct. You can't help but to get out of debt. It may be painful and it will take time, but it will work. There are a few more things that we need to discuss concerning credit cards. These statistics are interesting. The average debt being carried on a credit card is $5,700, but the average debt on the cards that actually have debt is $16,000. It turns out that the average American isn't abusing his or her card because less than 40% are actually carrying a balance. Through having financial literacy regarding credit cards, among other things, it is possible to get out of credit card debt more rapidly without having to make bigger payments on the card. It's done through mathematics and the understanding of how money works, not magic. That unabashed pitch to let me help you get out of debt brings us to the end of this segment. Up next is some valuable information about how taxes significantly affect your bottom line. Between personal debt and taxes, you're left to live off of about 1/3 of your paycheck. Here's my contact information. You can stop the presentation if you need time to write it down or to click on the QR code. And once again, thank you for listening.